Hello and welcome to Sorare Assist. Want to know the differences between Sorare and the Fantasy Premier League and which one I personally like the most and why? Then stick around as I investigate. Before all that, if you just discovered this channel, then welcome. If you're a returning visitor, it's good to see you again. On this channel you will find all the Sorare content that your brain can handle, and managers of all experience levels will find this content useful. Videos are every Wednesday and Friday. So make sure you subscribe by smashing that subscribe button and tap that notification bell to be the first to be alerted about any new videos. Find this video useful and please give me the thumbs up by clicking that like button. If you haven't signed up to Sorare yet, then what are you waiting for? Get signed up using the link below to get a free limited card and 13 common cards. If you have any questions or thoughts about this video, then drop them in the comment section below and I'll answer any relevant comments. Right, now that's done, let's get stuck into today's content. Now, I've been playing Fantasy Premier League since the very beginning, back to 2003, and I've played it every season in a private league with money on stake with friends and over 30 people in the league. So the prize pot was pretty mouth-watering. So I'm a big fan of Fantasy Premier League. I have of course now discovered Sorare, and I've been on the platform for over a year now at the time of recording. This comparison is for the avid Fantasy Premier League managers who are thinking of joining Sorare but not yet taken the plunge. At the end, I'll give you an overall overview and reveal which one is my favourite, so make sure you watch until the end. Right, let's start with leagues and cups. So as we know in the Fantasy Premier League, the league that's run there is available in most countries. There's also a cup that runs every year, and you can also play private leagues with your friends as well, of course. Now on Sorare, leagues are broken down into regions. You can play cups for free on Sorare Data, and you can also play private leagues with your friends on Sorare Brag. And obviously the league's covered and people that can play the leagues are worldwide on Sorare. Coverage then. So players can only be selected from the English Premier League in the Fantasy Premier League, of course. On Sorare, players can be selected from over 36 leagues in the world, and this count is forever growing. Budget and player limits then. So on the Premier League, as we know, you usually have 100 million of virtual money to spend. And you also have a 3 players maximum from any Premier League team. So you can only have 3 players from each Premier League team maximum. On Sorare, you have an unlimited budget based on your capital available in terms of money, of course. Because in Sorare, you use real money to build your squads. There's no limit on the number of players you can have from any one team. Player prices then. So in the Premier League, Fantasy Premier League, prices can go up or down 0.1 million based on the popularity and form of that player. Prices are reset at the end of every season. On Sorare, prices again go up and down, also based on player popularity and form of that player. Prices can go up and down by any amount based on supply and demand. Prices can change 365 days a year and don't reset at the end of the season. Team selection. Fantasy Premier League, you have 15 players to select with 4 substitutes. You have 2 goalkeepers, 5 defenders, 5 midfielders and 3 forwards. On Sorare, you need to pick a team of 5 players in the various SO5 tournaments and have at least 1 goalkeeper, 1 defender, 1 midfielder and 1 forward. And then you have an option of another defender, another midfielder or another forward. In Sorare, there's no substitutes. Selecting a captain then. So on Fantasy Premier League, as you know, you do select a captain and that captain will get double points for that game week. On Sorare, it's a similar thing really, but the captain, instead of double points, the captain gets a 20% bonus on their score. So a captain plays a pivotal part in both of these platforms. And only one captain, of course, can be chosen in each. So scoring then. So Fantasy Premier League, the most important thing in terms of points are goals, assists and clean sheets. Plus some other actions that a player performs during a match. Sorare is fairly similar to that. The most important things, again, in terms of points, are goals, assists, clean sheets, plus some other actions that players perform during a match, can also greatly increase a player's score. So the actions that, besides goals and assists and clean sheets, that players perform on Sorare is probably more pivotal in terms of the player's score, and can greatly increase the player's score more than they can on the Fantasy Premier League. Bonus points and XP then. So as we know in the Fantasy Premier League, the bonus points system, which is known as BPS, which awards extra points to the top 3 players in a match who performs key actions with goals, assists, key passes, things like that. On Sorare, players can build up XP. XP points add a percentage bonus on a player's score based on the number of game weeks entered on the Sorare tournaments. This percentage bonus is added to the player's overall score each game week. Transfers then. So on the Fantasy Premier League, you can make 1 free transfer a week, and only 1 transfer can be carried over the following week. On Sorare, you can buy and sell players as you please, but if you sell a player before a deadline, then your lineup will be cancelled. So a little bit more flexibility in terms of transfers on Sorare. In terms of prizes then, so in the Fantasy Premier League, there's weekly, monthly and overall season prizes. You can win a 7-night break, Premier League tickets, consoles and FIFA, tablet computer, Nike manager jacket. So those are some of the prizes that you can win on the Fantasy Premier League. And of course, any private leagues that you enter, you can potentially win some money at the end of the season from your friends. On Sorare, prizes are twice weekly in over 30 SO5 tournaments. Player cards are awarded in terms of NFTs, which are non-fungible tokens, which are classed as digital assets. Cash prizes are also on offer, worth thousands. Signed shirts are on offer as well from your favourite football stars. And VIP tickets to games as well. More recently, they've done a La Liga VIP tickets to a La Liga match. So fantastic prizes there on offer from both. But I think Sorare really just takes the... I think the rewards on Sorare are much better in my opinion there. So summary then. So they're both fantasy football games, of course. You pick a captain of players each game week. You will select a captain each game week. Players score points based on real actions on the pitch. You win prizes in both of the platforms. Player prices go up and down on both the platforms, mainly based on player performance. And ability to play private leagues. So that is the similarities of Sorare and Fantasy Premier League. So a lot of the fundamentals are pretty much the same for any of you avid Fantasy Premier League fans there who are potentially looking to take the plunge into Sorare. Now, these are some of the differences. So in the Fantasy Premier League, you pick 11 players, starting 11, and in Sorare, you pick a team of 5. Fantasy Premier League, you get captain gets double points, whereas on Sorare, the captain gets percentage bonus. Player prices reset every season on the Fantasy Premier League, and player prices can go up and down 365 days a year on Sorare. And on Sorare, of course, you get to own the player cards as a digital asset, which is absolutely fantastic. And these assets, of course, are going to be worth money. That option, obviously, isn't available on the Fantasy Premier League. Some other things to note then. On the Fantasy Premier League, you have chips that include a wildcard, free hit and bench boost that could grant you extra game week points, but can only be used once a season. Sorare doesn't really have any chips, but there is some differences to note about Sorare. Sorare is run on the Ethereum blockchain, which if you know about cryptocurrency, then those phrases should be familiar to yourself. Player cards are digital assets, also known as NFTs, which stands for non-fungible tokens. Summary then. So which one do I prefer? Fantasy Premier League or Sorare? So I'm an avid fan of both of these platforms. Obviously, I've played Fantasy Premier League a lot more years than I have Sorare. Fantasy Premier League does offer me the camaraderie with my friends in the private league that we still run, and obviously it's a fantastic game and a fantastic platform, and I do still put teams in and try and be competitive in that league so that I can potentially win some money at the end of the season amongst my friends. Sorare is obviously quite a new platform really. You can win NFTs, which are actual digital assets that you own. You can enter a number of tournaments. Not only that, you can enter tournaments in different leagues from around the world. So you can actually scout players worldwide from multiple leagues, including Japan, Asia, Peru now even as well, France, Spain, absolutely every league you can think of really. And that is why Sorare is my winner in terms of which one I prefer. Sorare offers me the chance to scout players in other leagues, not just the Fantasy Premier League, but in leagues like Japan, which I do have a keen interest in, Spanish leagues of course, French league, and it's made me get more into more of the football leagues that are worldwide, and that is why I do like Sorare. It really is a global fantasy football game. Also, of course, the prizes on offer on Sorare are absolutely fantastic. I don't have to wait a full season either to get those big prizes. They are available twice weekly on Sorare, and some of the rewards that you get are actual digital assets that you can sell on for actual money as well. So Sorare is my outright winner here, and Fantasy Premier League has taken a bit of a back burner since Sorare has come around, and I've probably not taken as much notice as I should have done in my private league, and due to that I've started to slip down the table. But Sorare now is really my main focus. It's a fantastic platform, so if you've not signed up to Sorare yet, then I recommend that you check it out. Check some more videos on this channel to get a bit more idea and understanding of how Sorare works. But in terms of similarities, I think the Fantasy Premier League and Sorare are fairly similar. But for me, the worldwide league appeal on Sorare and the quality of prizes that you can get from Sorare is absolutely fantastic, and that's what makes it the outright winner for me. Okay, that was it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any thoughts on this video, then please drop them in the comment section below. If you've got any questions about Sorare, if you're new to Sorare, drop them in the comment section below as well, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that I get. If you did enjoy the video, then please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to ping that notification bell to be the first to be informed about any new videos. You can also follow us on Twitter now, and Facebook, Instagram, and also Reddit. Also check out my free website, sorareassist.com, links in the description below. There's also a link there of course for Sorare if you've not signed up yet and you want to get yourself signed up. Use the link below to get a free limited card after buying your first 5 cards. Okay, that's it for this week. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you again soon.